guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Paige and this is my open book. Today I'm coming at you with a collective book haul. The majority of these books I actually got on a recent vacation, and the rest of them I've just kind of like accumulated from a couple of places over the past few weeks. So I thought I could share them with you so you can see what kinds of books I've been buying recently. Some of these were also gifted to me. I did celebrate a birthday recently. It's my 29th birthday, almost 30, not quite. It's actually part of the reason why I went out of town on vacation. My husband and I went to Washington, D.C. to celebrate not only my birthday, but also our wedding anniversary. Fun fact, we actually got married on my birthday 5 years ago. So it's a two-part celebration for us. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, then you wouldn't have known that we went. So if you're not following me, you definitely should, because I post daily updates there. I'll include some photos here from our trip for your enjoyment. It was really cool to see all of the monuments and the historical places. Obviously, my husband had to see the Exorcist steps, so this was like the only picture that he requested. But yeah, we had a really good time. And of course, while we were there, we had to find a local bookstore and do some shopping, and that's what we did. So I'm gonna start there with the books that we got in DC. Grab a drink, grab a snack, and let's chat about some books. So we went to one bookstore. It was more of a used bookstore too, but unfortunately we couldn't look as long as we wanted to because they were having like a, I don't know if it was Dungeons and Dragons or if it was some other kind of RPG board game tournament thing going on. So you could barely look at the books because there were tables with the board game set up everywhere. So we only got to look at like the bargain shelves that they had out front, and I found this book. So I've been trying to slowly collect the Sookie Stackhouse series. I've got the first three right here. If you don't know, this is the series that inspired the True Blood TV show on HBO. And I tried watching the show and I stopped because I realized like I'm gonna like the books better. I may as well just read the books first. So I'm slowly collecting them because they're pretty short reads, and I'm the kind of person where when I love a series, I want to binge it. So I want to make sure I had like a few ready to go before I start reading them, just so that I wouldn't be stuck waiting to get the next one. And these are usually pretty easy to find in used bookstores, so I'm trying not to buy them new if I can help it. So this was only $1.99, so I picked it up. This one is Dead to the World. This is a paranormal, romance, vampires, all that kind of stuff. So I'll be adding this to my collection back here. Okay, now the main place that I got really lucky at, it was called Bridge Street Books. It was actually in the Georgetown area of DC. So I got a lot of books there, probably more than I should have, but it's fine. The main jackpot I scored are these Agatha Christie books, specifically these cover designs. I've been trying to collect these. I am a big Agatha Christie fan. Even before I loved romance, I've always been into mysteries. And I have some Agatha Christie. I don't know if you're able to tell. It's on the top shelf, I think. Yeah, here. So I've got the first three books up there with these kinds of covers. I've been collecting them from Barnes & Noble for a while, and I haven't been able to find any for a long time, but the bookstore had 4 in that same collection. So we got At Bertram's Hotel. I just love these cover designs. We have A Murder is Announced, Sleeping Murder, and 450 from Paddington. These are actually all part of the Miss Marple mysteries that Agatha Christie wrote. So these are kind of all part of the same collection. But again, I just really want to collect all of these covers if I can help it. I'm just obsessed with them. I love the color palette. I love how they incorporate flowers into them on the cover, and also I just love the way the spines look when they're all lined up on your shelf. Isn't that just so cute? Stop. I couldn't resist. I had to buy all of them. I bought every single one that the bookstore had that was in this style, and I'm not gonna stop. Next, I picked up Velvet Was the Night. This is by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. She's the same author that wrote Mexican Gothic, which I have back here somewhere, I think. And I haven't read Mexican Gothic yet, but I've heard good things. And I like how she kind of blends multiple genres together. So like Mexican Gothic is kind of like horror vibes. This one is actually kind of like a murder mystery mixed with a romance, which is right up my alley. Like, that's all you need to say, and I'm gonna buy it. And I've been wanting to read more by this author, so I thought this would be a good one for me. So basically this is about, the setting is Mexico in the 1970s. The main female character, her neighbor, disappears, and so obviously she's trying to figure out what happened. She ends up teaming up with a detective. This guy named Elvis is assigned to find the neighbor as well, so they're kind of working together, but also they're kind of like competing against each other, it sounds like. There's a little bit of a rivalry going on. So I'm excited to read this because it's a good combination of two of my favorite genres, romance and mystery slash thriller. So it should be good. I'll keep you posted. Next up, we got a good old classic coho. Colleen Hoover is so popular right now, and I did read It Ends With Us and It Starts With Us, and I loved those stories so much. I was obsessed with them. And I haven't read anything else by her yet. I have a couple options that I haven't had time to read, but I saw this one and I thought this would be a good one based on the reviews. This one seems very well loved. There are some Colleen Hoover books that are more like hit or miss from the reviews that I've seen, but this one seems like everyone loves it. So I wanted to give this one a try. Basically, if I remember correctly, the male main character is an author, and he meets the female main character on one day, and he decides to use her as inspiration for his next book, where they meet up just on that one day every year, I want to say. Yeah, they continue to meet on the same date every year until one day Fallon becomes unsure if Ben has been telling her the truth or fabricating a perfect reality for the sake of the ultimate plot twist. So I'm excited, and I've heard that the romance is really good, especially the main male character and the way that he treats her. I've heard good things, and I think I'm gonna like this one. Next up, we have another popular one. This is Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune. This is a new release, so I actually just finished her first book, which was Every Summer After, which that came out last year, and it's on my summer TBR, so I did read it. I really enjoyed that one. It wasn't a 5-star, but it was a 4-star, and it was right up my alley. And this one also kind of gives summer vibes. Like, look at that gorgeous cover. And I was definitely regretting not reading Every Summer After when it came out, so I wanted to make sure I picked this one up as quickly as I could so that I wouldn't put it off another year like I did her debut novel. So I'm excited to read this one. I did read some mixed reviews though, so I don't know if I'm gonna like this one as much as the first one. It seems like most people did not like this one as much as the first one, but I think it's because this is kind of like an insta love style, and most people don't resonate with that, because in the real world, if you meet someone one time, you're not going to fall in love with them and be obsessed with them for the next 10 years, like it says this girl is in real life. However, I think that part of the reason why we love reading these books and watching rom-com movies is because we like that it's not realistic. You know what I mean? We like being able to just get swept up into the romance that the author has created, even though it might not be something that we can see happen in our lives. So I don't think that'll be a deal breaker for me, but I'll let you know. Next up is the book that I haven't seen anybody talk about, and this is The Paris Wife by Paula Mclean. So I think this is a historical fiction, kind of. So this is supposed to be the story of one of Ernest Hemingway's wives. Now, this is fiction, so this isn't like her biography or anything, and who knows if it's even accurate. I'm not an expert on Ernest Hemingway and his life and how he was with all of his partners or anything like that. But I like when authors do things like this, where they take someone's real life and they try to like put a spin on it. So I'm intrigued. I also really liked how this copy has the deckled edges. And the reviews seemed pretty good. I even tried to specifically look for reviews that belonged to people who are fans of Hemingway, because I figured if you're a fan of Hemingway and you don't like this book, then it's probably not very good. But I think that this is really interesting, and plus, who doesn't want to read about like life in the 1920s? Just like the, you know, kind of like Great Gatsby vibes. You know, I think that that's just like, I love when a story can transport you to another time that you've never gotten to experience, because it's just a great form of escapism, and I'm excited to see what this author comes up with. Okay, last book that I got from DC, I actually got this from one of the art museums. This is from the Smithsonian Hirshhorn Museum, and I cannot pass this up in the gift shop. So this is Bad Girls Throughout History, 100 Remarkable Women Who Changed the World. So I also love the art style of this. And I think this is a great coffee table book, and it's a good conversation starter to see, you know, badass women throughout the years. So like it'll have people like Queen Elizabeth, and it gives like a little blurb about who they are and what they did that was so remarkable. Oh, let's see who else is in here. We have like Eleanor Roosevelt is in here. My personal favorite, she's the last entry because she is the youngest. Malala Yousafzai. Oh, I love her so much. Malala is the queen. So yeah, I'm excited to have this out on my coffee table and put it on display in my home. Okay, the next books are all from different sources. Some of them were gifted to me, some of them I bought myself. It's kind of like a random assortment, but I thought I would just throw it in at the end of this book haul. So first up, this is actually a book that Josh picked out for me. This is called Why I Let My Hair Grow Out. And the beginning of this sounds like just a regular teen coming of age novel, but then it turns into kind of like a labyrinth style story, it sounds like. So she gets sent to live in Ireland as like a punishment by her parents because they think like she's past help, they can't do anything else for her, so they send her to live with somebody else in the family, it sounds like. A most unusual bike accident tosses me headfirst into some crazy once upon a time corner of the past. I'm talking fairies and wee folk and a hunky warrior dude named Fergus who knows how to treat a girl who's part goddess. So this is giving me Labyrinth vibes, you know, the movie with David Bowie. Yeah, this should be interesting. This book I got at Walmart the other day because I just finished reading One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I also read Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I just want to read everything by her now. Like I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. This one is called After I Do, and this is a marriage in trouble romance. So it sounds like these two people, they're married and they realize that they are reaching the point in their marriage where their relationship is basically over, they feel like. So they decide to take separate journeys of self-discovery, and they're not allowed to contact each other, and they're just gonna see what happens. So I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued. Marriage in Trouble can go either way, but I'm excited to see how that one comes out because I just love the way Taylor Jenkins Reid writes, so I think it'll be good. Next up, this is another book that Josh got for me. He actually found this at a Salvation Army or a Goodwill, I think. And this one is a messy love triangle, it sounds like. So it says, the scorching tale of one girl, two brothers, and a love triangle that's not. Olivia Townsend is nothing special. She's just a girl working her way through college so she can return home to help her father. But Claire becomes complicated when she meets Cash and Nash Davenport. They're brothers. They're twins. Cash is everything she's always wanted. He's dangerous, sexy, bad boy. Nash is everything she's ever needed in a guy. He's successful, responsible, and intensely passionate. But he's taken. I'm telling you, this is gonna be a messy one. So, black and white turns to shades of gray when Olivia discovers the boys are hiding something. Both brothers make her heart tremble. Both brothers set her body on fire. She wants them both, and they want her. How will she ever choose between them? This sounds like an angsty good time, okay? I know it's not for everybody, but I'm excited. Okay, next up, my stepmom actually got this for me in a yard sale. So this is called The Woman Trapped in the Dark by J.D. Mason. It says, till death do they part has a whole new meaning. The other tagline on the back says, marriage can be deadly. So it sounds like she is a newlywed, and they kind of had some issues with their relationship, getting people to believe in them as a couple. They're finally ready to settle into married life, but then it sounds like she gets captured or taken by a stalker of some kind, and she's like waiting for her husband to save her. But obviously it's not that simple, and secrets come out. She wants to believe that Jordan will save her, but it doesn't take long for Abby to realize that it's up to her to find a way out of this terrifying ordeal before it's too late. So I'm intrigued. I like how this is not obvious. Like, I have no idea what kind of direction this is gonna go in, and I kind of like that. So we'll see. My stepmom also gifted me this entire series. I have it over there on my other bookshelf. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's like 10 books, I think. This is the J.R. Ward series, The Black Dagger Brotherhood. This is the first book called Dark Lover. I've been wanting to read this for years, but I just haven't bit the bullet to get it. And my stepmom gifted me this series for my birthday, so thank you. and I'm excited. This is a paranormal romance, vampires, I believe. Yes. The only purebred vampire left on the planet, Wrath has a score to settle with the slayers who murdered his parents centuries ago. But when one of his most trusted fighters is killed, orphaning a half-breed daughter unaware of her heritage or her fate, Wrath must usher the beautiful female into the world of the undead. So I'm excited. I love a good vampire paranormal romance, and this is a classic, and this has been well loved by people for decades, I feel like. So you know it's gonna be good. I just know. These next two are gifted to me by my husband. So this one, oh, I'm so excited. I have been trying to get my hands on this book for so long. It's been sold out on Amazon. I don't know if it's because the author, Jessa Hastings, is coming out with a new cover or something, or maybe she got picked up by a different publishing company. I don't know what's going on, but I was gonna read these in like August for like back to school TBR, and I have not been able to get my hands on them anywhere. So Josh found this one at our local Barnes & Noble on a fluke, and he bought it for me. I'm so grateful. This is Magnolia Parks. If you haven't heard about it yet, this is supposed to give like Gossip Girl vibes, but it's for like London's elite, I believe. So I've heard it's messy, it's toxic, and it's just a really fun time. This is a big one too. This book is like almost 500 pages. Yeah, 490 pages. So I'm excited to be wrapped up in this world. This is just the first book of the series. I still have to get the second and the third book. Hopefully I can get my hands on them so the covers match now. I hope that she's not changing them, but we'll see how it goes. Like I said, I plan to read these probably in August is when I was gonna start reading them, because I want to wait until I'm done with my summer reading list, and I thought this would be good to read like in the fall. So that's my plan. And last book, this is another one that Joshua purchased. He actually purchased this for us to buddy read together. This is Legends and Lattes. This is a cozy fantasy, which you could tell by the cover. How adorable is that? Come on. Fantasy and coffee are like two of the things that my husband and I have in common. So we thought this would be a good thing for us to buddy read. So that's why he purchased a copy for us to share. And I'm excited. I hear really good things. It's a novel of high fantasy and low stakes. Take a break from epic battles and saving the world. This is my new comfort read. So yeah, it was kind of the consensus I've heard from everybody. There's not really a lot of plot going on. This is mostly just like a cozy fantasy, just to like give you, you know, the warm, comfortable vibes without too much action. So I think this will be another good one to read like in the fall. So I'll keep you posted how I feel about it. Alright, so that's going to be it for this book haul. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to give this video a like and hit that subscribe button so you won't miss my future videos. And I'll see you next time. Bye!